Hello, everyone. My name is Chuck Betters, and I'm coming to you with my dad, the original Dr. Betters, and we're coming to you from our YouTube channel, a ministry of MARKINC Ministries, and this is called Ask Dr. Betters. And so we have surpassed 16,000 subscribers, so make sure that you like and subscribe and share this on social media. It's just so great to be with you today. And so every now and then, we like to have an extended conversation about some topic. And today, the one that we've picked is kind of an easy topic. When you hear what it is, actually, it's not too easy. We're going to talk politics. That's one of the things that you're not supposed to talk about, especially with family. But here I am with my dad, and we're going to tackle this topic of politics. So, Dad, it's great to see you today, and looking forward to this conversation. So let's just jump right in. We aren't here to endorse any candidate. And as you're going to hear in a minute, we have a lot of complaints and issues when it comes to everything that's going on in politics from all different sides. So please do not interpret anything that we say as an endorsement of any particular candidate or any particular position. Our hope and our goal is to share with you what we believe God is calling Christians to, how God is calling Christians to respond to the current political climate. So first, Dad, there are some who would say that we shouldn't touch this issue with a 10-foot pole. There's many pastors who shy away from this, but you have never been one to shy away from politics and to bring a Christian perspective to it. Why should or shouldn't a pastor talk about politics? Let's just start there.
Well, we live in a culture of information. No matter what a pastor says, it's recorded somewhere. It's either in his sermons or in his writings or it's online. And pastors have been called by God to be spokesmen for the word of God. We are his voices. We are the ones who are to prophetically declare the word of God in the entire context in which we live. And that includes our government, our country, the issues that we're facing as a country. And we are to not be silent on these critical issues without being partisan. And that's really the hard part, is the country is so divided politically. You're either over here on the right or you're over here on the left. You're either red or you're blue. Doesn't seem to be any gray anymore.
Hmm.
And yet, having said that, it appears as though with every election, those who are neither red nor blue are the ones who determine the outcome.
Hmm.
We call them independents. And there is a sense in which Christians are to be independent voices. There's so much talk today about the evangelical vote. In my opinion, there should be no such thing as an evangelical vote. That is, evangelicals should not align themselves on one side or the other. They should align themselves along biblical truth.
Hmm.
And that's where it gets to be, Chuck, a little hairy.
Yeah, so when I preached sermons on this topic, when I dug into the scriptures, what I found was that when when a Christian truly applies the scriptures and a Christian worldview, and most importantly, when they apply Jesus to these different issues, whatever the political issue may be, you have the political spectrum and you have the right and the left, and you look at it, like, you're going to end up, if you're applying these scriptural principles, you're going to end up here on one, over here on another, maybe neither on another. And it just seems like it's very difficult. It's always been difficult for me to fit my political beliefs into one neat um, Christian right, or even a moderate position. It's very difficult when I truly apply the scriptures to fit it into that box. But it seems like there's many Christians who want to do that, and I'm listening to them because I'm going to talk about this in a minute. But these seem like really godly people. Uh, why is it that it seems like there's an aversion to fitting? There seems to be a desire to fit our politics into a particular box. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think we wrongly believe that when we are going to elect a president, that we're electing a superintendent of the National Sunday School. And
Hmm.
that's not what we're doing.
Right.
We cannot put these candidates in one neat little box that we call evangelical. There is no one Christian political party. Neither party is political, or I'm sorry, religious. Neither party can rightly wear the label of evangelical. Now, there are some candidates in both parties that hold a more evangelical point of view than others do. And I have very strong opinions about who we are electing.
Hmm.
We need to elect along core values. We need to ask ourselves which candidate best, not exclusively, best
Hmm.
represents biblical core values without boxing them in and saying they have to sign here and there and everywhere else on some sort of evangelical dotted line. There are some core values. For me, the number one core value is abortion.
Really.
Sitting at the top of the list, I will evaluate a candidate by how well he or she protects life. For the Hillary Clintons of the world from the last election, 2 elections ago, where she readily admitted that she would abort a baby up until the time of birth, to the political party today that does exactly the same thing. The Democratic platform recognizes abortion up to the time of birth.
Hmm.
Well, there's no way around that. That's grotesque and it's murder. So I would never ever vote for a candidate that is pro-abortion, and that includes those who put weeks on it: 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 15 weeks. When a baby can feel pain, when a baby can breathe and feel pain, you're past the stage where that child should ever be considered aborted
Hmm.
or up for an abortion. So abortion for me is a core value. Human life is a core value because a candidate who believes in abortion, especially abortion up to 30 plus weeks, is immediately eliminated on the core value line for me. I would never ever vote for them. I would vote for Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck
Right.
before I would vote for somebody who holds that point of view.
Hmm.
That kind of narrows the field
It does.
between Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah.
So for me, I have to start shopping not for a Democrat because they all believe in abortion. There's not one out there that I know of that is advocating a pro-life position.
Hmm.
At least not yet. I haven't seen them. Our president doesn't advocate it. The two candidates that are possible candidates on the Democratic side do not represent the life position. On the Republican side, just about all of them endorse some form of life protection. And so I have to examine those positions because for me, that drives the character of the candidate.
Hmm.
What they believe about abortion drives the character of that particular candidate. and that will speak worlds to me.
Wow. Okay. So about a year ago, I was in Orlando, and we were visiting a church, and the pastor invited me to go out to breakfast, to their men's breakfast, and so I said okay. So I went, and I was just a little fly on the wall. I wasn't a pastor at that point. I was just another dude at the breakfast, and there was just me and the pastor and three or four other guys, and I knew one of the other guys. And these are like really good men. They're men who they clearly love Jesus. They're trying to raise their families the right way. I don't think that our salvation is based on works. So when I say things about they're trying to do a good job and all that, I'm talking about their sanctification, that they're living it out. These are men who are, they're there at this breakfast. They're committed. They're reading the word. They're trying to be a redemptive presence in their work fields and in their homes. They're supporting the church. They love Jesus, but they're really, really angry. These guys were just angry. And I honestly just had to step back at that point because in the past, I've been critical of that, and I still am. I still am critical of that to some extent. But I thought, I'm missing something. There is something I am missing because everywhere I turn, especially, well, not just men, women too. I mean, in the church, okay, let's just say it, in the evangelical conservative church, the people that you talk to are angry, and they're very much aligned. And I'll just say it: they're very much aligned with Donald Trump. They're very much aligned with "Make America Great Again," and they don't even want to hear any criticism or any pushback whatsoever. They're just angry, and they look at pastors who may want to reflect on it a little bit, might want to do what we talked about at the beginning, look at the way that Jesus applies to different political positions, and this way the scriptures do. They honestly just don't even want to hear it. They're just angry. And I had to step back, and I had to say, I feel like I might be missing something because these are really good people. I mean, these are good people that I just encounter again and again and again, who are really, really upset about what they see, and they really have settled into a voting block, as we talked about earlier. Why help the younger pastors? And I'm not a younger pastor anymore, I'm 51, but I do notice that there's a lot of younger pastors who maybe don't share the views that you share, and they don't understand, like, what is going on with people. Why are people so angry? And these are really good people. They're people who clearly love the Lord. What's going on?
Well, I think one of the things that is happening is the media.
Mm-hmm.
The media that you expose yourself to will make you very angry.
Mm.
Because if you're watching Fox News, you're going to get angry. If you're watching CNN, you're going to get angry. If you are a groupie for Fox News or a groupie for CNN, you're going to find that their anger and their double standard on both sides
Right.
will spill over to you. You will find that you'll go to bed at night with a heavy dose of commentators and so-called news anchors where anything but the news is
Mm-hmm.
being reported. Then you throw into that mix the woke movement,
Mm.
which mainly is on the Democratic side.
For sure.
That's enough to get your blood pressure way up, enough to get you wondering what is happening to this great country
Mm.
where we're talking transsexual education for our children, where we're talking about losing parental rights, where we're talking about the LBGTQ plus, and add whatever letter you want to that, out there basically demanding rights that God doesn't give them. These are not God-given rights. These are choices that you as individuals make that you are now forcing on the rest of us. So you got the woke movement, you got the media, you got education, and you have political candidates that are masters at dividing, masters at personal attacks. You have issues like what's going on with the Bidens, with the crooked politics that seems to be there. And let's face it, for the last 3 elections or so, the country has been more divided than ever before. The issues were clearly divisive. The positions of the candidates were clearly divisive, and the choices that we were given were between 2 evils. When we have to choose between a Donald Trump and a Hillary Clinton, when we have to choose between any of the Republican candidates that are short of where Donald Trump is right now and Joe Biden, the issues are so divisive, there's no meeting in the middle.
Right.
It's very refreshing to hear a Democrat looking for common ground. There's a few of them out there, but they're not running. They're not on the ticket. There's a new movement underway to unite both parties. Have a one candidate from one party and his or her vice president from the other political party. They're going to run as a third party. They're going to find a lot of people that are going to flock toward them. But it's not going to change the election. We're still going to have to choose between bad candidates, people who do not hold our core values. Now, for me and for MARKINC Ministries, we have certain core values right here. We operate under these core values. And those core values inform my politics. When I look at the core values of the organization that I run, MARKINC Ministries, and my personal beliefs, and who I will vote for based on those core values, I have to come back to those core values and say this is what's going to inform my politics. If you'd like to have a copy of these core values, we'll be glad to send them to you. Just request them. Visit our website at markinc.org or look on our app for the opportunity to find out, to discover what our core values are that will inform who I vote for in this election to come. Be happy to send those to you. You have to have values, core values. And if your candidate does not live by those core values, you should not vote for him or her.
Well, thank you so much, Dad, for sharing your perspective. It's refreshing to hear. I think what I'm hearing is that there's certain issues that are non-starters when it comes to abortion, when it comes to some of the social issues, that those issues really just become an issue that is insurmountable if somebody is holding a certain view on those. It's impossible to get past that. And that's understandable because some of those views are directly counter to the scriptures. So it's great to be with you today. And we thank you for watching Ask Dr. Betters. Make sure again that you like and subscribe and that you share this content. We're going to be doing this regularly. We're going to be doing joint discussions with my dad regularly as this continues to progress. May God bless you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Danielle Cantler, team member here at MARKINC Ministries. Thank you so much for your continued support of this video series. Ask Dr. Betters is not meant to be a substitute for professional counseling, but instead is designed to extract the biblical principles around the questions being asked. We encourage you to seek professional counseling if needed. Professional counselors are ready to assist you at Anchored Hope Biblical Counseling. See the links below for more information on Anchored Hope and all of the free resources we offer here at MARKINC Ministries. Thank you for watching and welcome to the MARKINC family.